Okay, welcome in everybody to Blood Rush League Season 3. This is going to be our qualifiers round, so a bit of a filter going into the round of 32, but going to start off with some Sadako stuff from the Frost Moon and Nerscylla. I believe that is the correct pronunciation there. But yeah, Frost Moon and Nerscylla fighting out in this best of one Sadako. That's a running back on Lambkin Lane, something that you'd never hear me say, I bet, but yeah, it's a pretty nice start for Aquila. Sadako managed to get Park Pallet out of 2, and just gets a teleport and stack onto actually 3 survivors. So someone just stacking up just a little bit of pressure on them already this early in the trial. Really nice, but you can see that the build they have might be a little bit less in their favor when it comes to this, because I think the Corrupt Intervention pick would have made a little bit more sense with the current strategy in mind, because like you don't like lose gen pressure going into this, but now we do here Ruin being applied to this gen, so someone was here, and that's dropping Rebecca. No, that's not Rebecca, that's a Lara. So next chase being initiated on this map, and that's a very fast pick up. So yeah, I'd like to see what both teams can do here, because I've never heard of both of them. Apparently they're emerging into the comp scene. So yeah, Nerscylla is off to a fairly good start here. Just they might have a little bit of issues, I think, trying to get the tokens off, a little bit of condemned off, because there was like a good amount of condemn being applied very early on with the teleports. And yeah, we can see our killer, the killer goes for it again, literally the killer, that is our killer's name, is going for the teleport again onto the TVs, but no one's going to be caught out by this, and yeah, no stacks of condemn's going to be applied, but it is going to be attacked through the pallet. Oh my, and Blood Favor pallet does happen there. So Rebecca's suddenly in a really good amount of trouble, or a bad amount of trouble, because they don't have any good midfielders to work with. So Survivor going in the background, maybe they go for a body block hit, but it's a Sadako. You can't body block it against a Sadako, and I think our killer swung around there expecting a pallet, but that's undoubtedly a fairly fast first down coming in, especially with the condemned stacks that have been applied. So yeah, I mean, I think that was a fairly decent start for Frost Moon, because I've never seen anyone crazy enough to put Sadako in a league. Well, I mean, I have, but like not on this map anyway, because like, oh, what the hell, Lambkin Lane Sadako is just a very unique set. Let's just say to put it in a couple of words, but we do get a lot of gens being completed and being worked in the background, and Vinata unfortunately gets stuck with something on that, so gets tagged for this first gen, but Nerscylla kind of backing up a bit of pressure, I'd say, going into this mid game. Mid gen doesn't have that much pressure, but Killer's actually deciding to leave hooked for quite a good amount of time. But oh no, they don't commit for the M1 through the vault. I think they would potentially made it. They still get it down anyway, but they are good a lot further away from this hook now. So I think a trade should, or an unhook should happen soon. But that's a second gen popping in the background. No, the unhook is even being seen yet. Oh my gosh, what else I was doing? Maybe they get it in time before the second stage, but maybe they don't. Like, oh my god, they waited till the last second. But if that second stage would be applied, I'd say that's a stupidly big error coming in from our survivor side. But no, they did get unhook and managed to also get an additional generator done for this second stage. So yeah, three gens done for 2 stages. We can kind of predict how this trial is going to go. So I'd like to see our killer go for, yeah, a little bit more passive pressure with the condemned and try and get these totems to really start working for him, because yeah, with this everyone's going to be fairly huge. But oh, look at this, Jake Park is heading towards the infamous House of Pain, and that is not somewhere where you want to chase. So yeah, I think Evanta is is as strong as other survivors in chase. You'll know how to exactly play the House of Pain in this scenario, and that's going to be an immediate disengage coming in from our killer, the killer, as they do teleport towards main, but doesn't again really find too much out of it. I think I only saw 1 stack of condemned be applied onto our survivors, who was the Lava Croft, but they're gonna give away the tag and the stack as well near this main building. But oh, a little bit of a swing and a miss. So couple of extra seconds for our Lava to make distance, I'd say, and buy some time. But maybe it's actually worth it to point out, I think our killer is actually on console as well, so yeah, anyone playing comp on a console is a chance. So our killer is a chance for that in my books. So Chase is going to continue around main. I don't know if this main window is open. Yeah, it's blocked out completely, and our killer is going to get it down for a swing and a miss, but pick out of the locker. He's pretty much going to save them the time that they lost. So the third hook of the trial comes in effect again, very near this main building, and I think it's a little bit important to note the gen spread that our Sadako does have in this trial. Our killer, I don't think, has been really actively trying to defend the generators. It's just trying to let Ruin to do his own work and trying to get passive pressure through these teleports and condemn stacks. But at the moment, it's actually kind of failing. Look at this, survivors. None of them actually got a stack of the condemned when those 2 to 3 teleports are coming in. Maybe we see one now, but no. Again, nobody's little ring around them was circling, was being like highlighted, and that's just more TVs being turned off and more time wasted for our survivor side to do gens, and definitely inevitable for outs to be the case in this trial. But I like to see how many stages our killer can secure before that happens. As the unhook does happen, and yeah, Venato I guess takes the next chase here, new target, and doesn't have that much to work with. Did have this pallet, I believe, but it's gone now. So yeah, that's another down coming in for our killer. But how much time do they really have left before the last gen pops? You know, main gen is done. Main is not done. Never mind. It's just like it's hard to say because like. Again, I haven't really heard the generators in quite a while, and yeah, that's the generator being done. Ruin wasn't. We didn't see sparks flying from that, so the survivor was just waiting on a generator just to get it done in the face of our killer. And yeah, suddenly 1 gen left, and our killer is kind of feeling the pressure. Yeah, stacks of condemned come through, and gets a very nice tag. A little bit of mind game running through on this House of Pain, and might come into the Jake is fresh, so a couple of extra points of stages worth there. But again, they have another kind of safe filler to work with, but they don't get down. Oh my god, the patience on our Jake player, wow. They're just playing this very patiently, and they win the ping battle on this edge map filler, and our killer cannot be feeling happy about that. Look at that, the pickup happens, the reset happens in the distance, and our Jake is somehow just again buying time out of nothing, which he shouldn't really be doing. It should be possible, I mean, but finally goes down on this edge map. Beautiful death location as the pickup does occur. That's, I believe, the 4th stage of the trial. Wow, only 4 stages. This is insane. Like, I would have assumed that some tunnel would have occurred by now, but our killer is just happy to just be a mobile Sadako, I guess. You know, go from here to there, teleport, try and get the condemned stacks going, but it's just failing. We do hear some main progress, by the way, but I think they should be leaving now. I'm really impressed of our survivors' ability to just not get condemned stacks. It's, I feel like when I play pubs, it's just something that is like unavoidable. It's like I just get I get teleported on and I'm on like 2 stacks, and then 20 seconds later I'm like fully condemned. I'm like, what the hell just happened? But our survivors are doing again a really good job of managing the condemned. I guess that's why perhaps the generators don't have as much progress. They're turning off the TVs and putting in tapes, but that's 2 of them getting condemned now, and yeah, suddenly, yeah, Jake can be void, Renato can be void. Well, I mean, we don't know where Renato is because he didn't fill over the kill instinct, but Jake again doing really good job of the patience game on this edge map. Hopefully they don't vault this because they will be zoning themselves, but Sadako doubles back, anticipating a vault, and Jake wins kind of like another 50-50. They win again, but no, they've zoned themselves. This is the mistake that's all bad. Surely you don't vault the paladin there, because if you vault it, then you zone yourself, and there's just going to be a fast down. But our killer swung, okay, a bit of auto aim coming in onto the leads, but how much time has Jake bought this last time to be done? Main had some progress. We potentially had some progress on 2, and this kill, although it's going to come in, like our killer again might just lose gens for it. Like, they don't have painless. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, no painless kind of hurt this trial. So that's the final generator being done. 6 stages going to be acquired for our killer, but they might go for more because there's a chance with all these resources depleted and the power of the Sadako to like well, the secondary power that they can phase through any body blocking survivor, that they can just secure another down here onto Renato and just secure a potential 8 stage, which I think is a very solid result going into a Sadako set as the survivor side. But yeah, Renato's going to go down, and I don't think our survivors can go for this. It's just like a little bit far from the gates, and they probably have to rotate all the way across the map. But our killer, what? Are they forcing out a survive? That's a very, very risky play though, because like they could just secure 8 stages by face camping, and trying to force our survives out really, I don't think it's going to mean that much. If this pickup does occur though, then they're going to be losing 2 stages, which is actually huge. Like we saw like so many sets being so close, and look at that, Venato's being picked up, but a bit of miscom maybe coming in from a survivor's about where our killer was does just result in them being down again. But they're close to the exit gate now. They're down in the main building, so maybe they can again kind of start falling their way, edging their way towards the exit gate on 2. But no, Rebecca does lead the survivor who was close, and I think that might just be the signal that our trial is going to come to a conclusion. So yeah, as long as like nothing stupid happens here, there's going to be 8 stages for fresh for our killer, which yeah, I have to see how a survivor side can put up with it for Frostmoon, because I think it's a very solid result, and Nerscylla could definitely attempt something in this next Omeo set. But, I'm curious to see what happens, because again, I've never seen this set before. I've never seen these teams before, and it's all just like new territory for me. So yeah, 8 hooks for fresh on Haddonfield, something that I would never have expected in a while. But yeah, really good result coming in from Frostmoon. So we will be back after a short intermission as we get Nerscylla's killer set up for a potential 9-stage result if they want to take away the win. So we'll be back. Alright everyone, welcome back to our second half of the Onryo set on Haddonfield. Again, two key terms which you probably have never heard put together, but here we are in 2025 fighting it out in Season 3 in a qualifiers match. So yeah, in the previous trial we just did see Frostmoon secure an 8-stage 4 fresh result, which I think is a very, very solid performance from their killer side, and Nerscylla's aiming, of course, to take it away with a 9-stage performance, as I think they're a little bit more than happy to try and go for this, because I've been informed that, oh my lord, number 1, our killer is a P100 main, and number 2, somehow they have the magic of getting a 2-tap going on, and oh, that's a really rough and fast burst down for survivors to try and cope with in this trial. And let me just take a bit of downtime to talk about the build. Now, in the previous trial, we didn't have like a full aggressive totem-oriented build, which survivors completely ignored, which is funny. But in this one, we have a bit more of a different, funny build. But that's going to be Kate going to head on. Beautiful little stun there, and he's going to continue to chase, I think, onto our Kate around the main building, because maybe just get out the resources, but it's still a bit of a, I think, rough base location thanks to the parts around. But oh, okay, it's a bit of distance lost for Arcade. I don't really know why they went for that juke. Might really be a big deal. Yeah, this window didn't spawn. They're not going to make another one, and that's just going to be the second downward trial coming in way earlier. So yeah, Onryo is off to a much more promising start. I'm not sure if it's due to the P100 status or maybe because our survivors made 2 pretty grave errors in this start, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty happy with his position. Is our killer Merla, and you know, gonna accept the pressure and accept a gift with an open mouth. So yeah, I like to talk about the build now because we didn't really see much of it in the previous trial. Like we saw we get a bit of value, but in this trial we have Grim, Pop, Brutal, and Nana. Like, what the hell? That's not a Kaneki set. Not a Kaneki set. What is Thana doing here? No, but seriously, I'm keen to see what our killer's cooking, because they probably play killer, or only at least infinite % more than I have since I have 0 hours of killer. And yeah, they decided to bring the Phobia, so that's got to be some kind of indication coming in. But Feng unfortunately takes a hit through the pallet and doesn't go for the unhook. Okay, that's a good thing they didn't go for the unhook, but unfortunately drops the pallet, which I think is one of the strongest on this map in my opinion, because it's like, look at this, it's in car. But yeah, that's gonna be broken and out of the way as the first gen does pop. But yeah, someone's actually gonna get cut off from this rotation on the unhook, and I think they go all the way around the house. I don't think they make it before the second stage, so maybe a little bit of a parting error coming in from our llama, and then they're just heading away from this hook. That's a really big deal, because yeah, now our survivor in the basement, his second Kate, our head-on player, who's like the only one really with an exhaustion allowed, is suddenly in a precarious spot, as Claudette does get found here on the generator. A bit of a miscommunication coming in, maybe a little bit of the lack of awareness is just going to give away that 4th Thanos stack and kick on the gen and tag. So, yeah, 8 stages is looking entirely possible, and when I say possible, I mean very, very likely in this scenario, as Killer does pick up a 3 down onto Bang. Of course, they're injured to stacks of Thanos, but yeah, it's going to be yet another Room Embrace coming in to the trial. And, oh man, our survivors have to put in a lot of work if they want to try and take away anything close to a tie condition, because it's looking so rough for them here. And I guess we do see a little bit of the value of the Pop Goes the Weasel Grim base, but unfortunately that was still progressing, so they couldn't kick the generator once it was unblocked. But a reset does occur in the distance. Oh, lucky for our survivors, that's going to deny the 4th counter stack. And it's still, again, very concerning how the trial has been progressing. I just don't feel like they can get that final generator done and escape with 4 hooks, which would leave our killer with 8. So yeah, I mean, our killer does manage to find the reset position, and our final survivor is injured, so realistically they shouldn't be going for the unhook, but maybe they're playing something bold and might get something magical out of this. But that's just going to be a free tag onto our Lara Macy, and Macy kind of has to go back into the active gen. Claudette was here. We saw the blood, we saw the chase music, we saw the progress, we saw the marks, and if I'm not mistaken, Feng was just rescued by a Deathhook who is healthy, but still, now we know where they are. But okay, I mean, Murloc's still deciding to go for the commit onto our injured, and they do make the they get the reverse stun, they unzone themselves, and now they have the entire map to play with. Onmyo again is a 115 killer. She can't just like make infinite distance across the entire map to try and catch up to a survivor. But what? Lava's here? What has happened? Why is Lara here? But alright, it's going to be a free down. Kudos perhaps to maybe giving back a little bit. That's why I'm seeing back to a killer, and another free hook coming in. I believe it's our last move in face as well. So yeah, it's still looking really, really bad for our survivor side. They haven't gotten the second generator done, and we already have everyone on the first hook, one on the second hook, Grim Embrace active. Hopefully they can coordinate themselves and get the reset going, because that, I think, is the top priority on the list of things to do before they die, and bucket list, I guess. But none of them are dead yet, so I guess nothing is going to be completely struck off. But yeah, Claudette should get reset, hopefully, in this meantime, and there's really nothing our survivors can do except just like try and stealth. But Claudette, sorry, not Claudette, Kate Denson, there's a little bit of a blonde-haired Claudette who's going to take the next chase. And actually, was that a slow vault over the window? No, there's Quick and Quiet. That's right, they're the head-on player, and they got so much distance out of that, trying to jiggy away, but unfortunately they're going to take another one thanks to blood loss. But yeah, this is our Deathhook being chased, and this is not the best coming in. But they do have the House of Pain to work with, so they can potentially extend this chase for a lot of time. Sadako trying to reposition themselves. But okay, jiggied away again. Whoa, the jiggy coming in, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough, as the head-on is attempted, but not going to be successful. So yeah, the first death of the trial coming in at 4 generators. I think might just seal it up here in this trial. That's 7 hook. 7 hook, 6 hook. But yeah, I don't think there's any way that others could get 4 gens done for 2 hooks. I'm sorry, but 5 gen chases only happen, I believe, in YouTube videos. But maybe they can prove me wrong in this trial. And then with Claudia taking a tag here as well, I think it's going to be over for the side of Boss Moon. So yeah, that's going to be another 3 down. Securing 7th stage. We do find our Lara as well doing some little Lara shenanigans. That's not going to matter. Can't really stop this from happening. So yeah, I like to see Frostmoon pick it up a little bit in the future. Got some promise. Killer did play fairly well. Did have a good idea coming into the trial, and we did see some good cases going on. But it's just unfortunately not enough. And I feel like their main issue was just callouts and coordination. They just kept on getting tagged. They kept on getting downed when they shouldn't have been. And like, look at this. Alawa had enough distance to make, I believe, House of Pain, and they just went down instead. I think a couple of 2 taps as well that came on, like that first down in the trial. And then I believe the second down as well onto Kate. It was like both 2 taps. So I'd like to see them improve and come back this season for, because I think that is just gonna be Nerscylla going in to the round of 32. So yeah, winning this qualifier bracket. So yeah, unless again the survivor can go for a 5-gen chase and do that, then it's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's gonna be the death coming in to lava, as most survivors are gonna be walking at the two remaining survivors gonna be walking in. But yeah, we kind of know where both of them are. Our friend's gonna be fully condemned, and available lava is injured because they just got picked up. So probably won't be too hard to find them. But we're already like infinite stages past the win condition, and oh, not infinite stages, infinite generators past the win condition. So yeah, maybe our survivor can go for a little bit of a showcase, show chase here, but Murloc's gonna be going for a play here around this killer, and oh my, that is not the right side to drop the power. The instant DC is gonna come in. Unlucky. We don't talk about that permits, but yeah, Frostmoon, I'd like to see them come back for a little bit of better performance, but they get through the hatch. What? Oh man, that would have been great. Come on, the hatch, but just going down and more double. So yeah, Nerscylla is taking away the Onyo set. Set I think they did want to pick showcase the 4K4 as possible. But yeah, I guess after this ugly stare from Miss I think Sadako Yamayu or something, it's gonna be GG's, and Nerscylla is gonna be your team in the round of 32. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this bracket, and we will see you in the next game. So